All right, guys, time is running out to get this new chat frame. I think it's really cool. It's got this animation going on here. You can get it from the Extreme Challenge mode that they just released. Gemini is the version that we have right now. It also comes with a chat frame too, which are actually much rarer. But anyway, if you want to do that, figure out how to complete Extreme Challenge mode. Welcome, guys. Today we're going to be talking about challenge mode. This month they have returned challenge mode to the game after a long hiatus. They have improved it, and this is going to be my first look into it. So let's get into it. So if we go to battle and then we go to challenge mode, here it is. It's actually called extreme challenge mode now. Now we have the duel fight here. Name a more iconic duo in Azur Lane Shipgirls here. So we're going to be fighting Washington and South Dakota. I have not fought any of these at all. As you can see, I'm still at the easy mode. I have looked at the data mine, so I do know kind of how these fights are going to go. So let's talk about it briefly. Of course, the reward is getting this achievement chat bubble. And one of the things that they've changed here is now we're going to have two bosses to fight. They had that in the previous challenge mode, but they were pretty easy. One of the big differences here is that they will heal each other up to 3 times if you don't kill them nearly simultaneously. So there will be an easy, a medium, and a hard mode, and we'll get through it. And these are going to be my first runs, so I'm going to be kind of learning with you. I obviously know that these are going to be heavy armor, so we're going to build around heavy armor. I think we're probably going to skip through the easy and medium modes. I might fast forward through that. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll get into the hard mode, and I'll definitely show you a run there. So let's get into it, and let's start a battle. All right, we're back. We've done the normal mode at 5 minutes and 57 seconds and the easy mode at 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Both of these were kind of test runs. We got to play around with how the mechanics work. They were both on full auto, which I think was kind of a bad idea because realistically you gotta kill them at very similar times, and the AI was just not, especially on this run right here, was just not targeting the right ship to attack. We're gonna try and do this hard mode. I think I have a fleet proposal that would be good for this now that I've tested it twice, watched it on auto mode. We're gonna play it on manual, and then so we're gonna go with the hard mode. So this is actually the fleet we used on auto, but I don't particularly think this fleet is as good as possible, so we're going to actually switch it up just a tad bit. And then the order should be something along the lines of this. I think this should be fine. Okay. And the subfleet I think should be fine. Okay, so we'll just talk about very briefly what our choices are if you're interested, or you can skip to the actual battle. So we're going to go with a triple carrier fight here. We're going to go with Implacable. The main reason that we're going to go with her is because she has that freeze. So that's going to be nice. We can actually freeze one of the bosses. The bosses are going to spin in a circle, which makes them hard to target with battleships. And one of the bosses has a higher health than the other. I forget which one it is off the top of my head, but we can basically freeze the one that has higher health in front and then have all of the remaining torpedoes come and hit all of the target ones. So I think that's going to be the strategy here. This is a pretty standard carrier loadout here for heavy armor. We're obviously using the new rockets that are better against heavy armor, but this is pretty much a heavy armor loadout for her. And then we're going to run the double IJN carriers. Shinano, this is pretty much the same loadout. We're going to be running not a fighter so that she's got more damage. She's a little bit slower, so she comes after Implacable, and that'll be good. And then with our third Tenrai, we can go over to Harkiryu. Obviously, Harkiryu and Shinano, great. They kind of work in tandem with each other, and I'm pretty sure I have the exact same loadout. Yeah, I just have an extra plus 13 Ryusei on Shinano. So that's basically the loadout. Shinano does need one more IJN ship to get buffed. We'll do that in the Vanguard with Kazugumo. Kazugumo, obviously, with air raid is also very good, and we're just going to give her some extra speed and some heals. The battles go pretty long. You saw that was almost a 6-minute battle in the medium difficulty, although that was on full auto, so hopefully we're a lot less than 6 minutes when we actually do a manual clear here. Additionally, for some survivability, we actually need some help there, so we're going to run Anchorage. She should give us shields for everybody. She's going to have plenty of DPS with the Drake gun there. We are going to run some speed, so we just have some ability and some mobility. And whatnot, and I don't know, we don't really need the Manju item. I should probably put an evasion item, but we're just gonna do that in case we need an extra like 6 seconds or something. It shouldn't matter. And then Shimikaze, we are really just gonna tack on some torpedo DPS, maybe end some things a little bit quicker there. We have the new destroyer gun, which is really good. We're going to be running the goal burn so that she has the reload, and we obviously have a carrier as the flagship, so we get the special barrage as well. And we're going to actually put a healer on her. I don't know, we're having a little bit of survivability issues in auto mode of the medium, so I don't know how difficult hard mode is, so we're just going to kind of play it safe and go with some of the more survivability ways. If I find out that Shimikaze is surviving just fine, we can actually swap stuff out and put more DPS into her and try and go for a faster time. But with that, that's what we're going to go here. Obviously, Meowficers, we're going to go with no, not those. We can't go with those. We need to go and get, I think we're going to get the torpedo one just to kind of go with Shimikaze and Anchorage. I mean, all of them are kind of torpedo related. Anchorage, we're running, obviously, bad torpedoes to get faster on shield procs, but that's okay. And then I think we want, ooh, this is a tough choice. I think we're going to want this one. No, maybe this one. This one's better because we got 2 IJN carriers. So that's what we're going to run for our cats. Cats are going to be in here, and then subfleet is going to be this one. It's not going to be full KMS. I don't actually have a plus 13 all equipment, but we're going to go with the U-57 here. She gets, you know, this skill is stupid good. We're going to actually have her move up a little bit and fire. And then I also prefer these Biddens over the UR one just because they are magnetic, even though they do have technically worse armor modifiers and they're slower and you get less torpedo stat, but you get more damage and they are homing or magnetic. So that's what I prefer, especially for something like U-47 here, which needs multiple hits on the same target. And then we're going to run a Leonardo da Vinci. She doesn't need any oxygen because she's got more oxygen and then a skill oxygen. And then she also has another skill that moves her up. So she doesn't need to have any assistance there. So she gets full stats on torps. And then here we have our plane. We just need to make sure to launch it within 10 seconds before our backline fires or launches their airstrikes. And then we'll get extra damage dealt. Which is very nice here. She also has an oxygen skill, And so that's good as well. All right, so that's the sub, that's the surface fleet. Most of the damage is going to be coming from these 3 ships in the back line here. The rest are mostly supporting them in one way or another. So anyway, let's give it a shot. We're going to try this on manual. I have never tried this. I don't know how difficult it is. So we'll give it a shot here. Hopefully we can clear it on the first time. My. Oh, we're on auto still. Good start. Good start. All right, we'll get the subs going, and then we can do all of the airstrikes here, so that the subs will just dominate. And so we ended up getting to hit South Dakota on the first run, which is good. We need to push South Dakota more, so we gotta wait for South Dakota to come up. It's actually kind of hard to see which one is which when you're like focusing on dodging. See, like we're waiting, and then she's in front. Come on, freezer. There she is. We gotta do that a little bit quicker, I think. We're getting a little bit in good shape, or a little bit lucky. She's moving a little bit forward and then going. All right, there we go. That was a little bit better. We're almost to being even. Oh, I missed another Hakuryu. What a great... Now they're going to be... I guess at least they're not like battleships where they can actually queue a second airstrike while the other one's loading. Battleships have to fire all in one, and that can really mess up. Oh, that time we actually hit into Washington. It's okay. It's not too bad right now. We're not getting punished for our bad plays yet. Hopefully we don't mess it up when we get to the end. All right, we're gonna wait here and let the airstrikes line up a little bit better. I just gotta not screw it up when they get down to, like, I don't know, the last 10 health bars, I think. 10 or 20 or so, I would say. Given on the pacing on how much damage each of these are doing. The benefit here of using all of the carriers is that we actually get a lot of bullet clears on airstrikes, which is actually kind of helping. I mean, I'm not helping very much by being a good pilot of the Vanguard right now, but mostly because I'm like trying to focus the timing on the airstrikes more than anything. I think after a few practice runs we could get quite a bit better here, but trying it for the first time. All right, we need to make sure Washington's in front now. That's the next issue. Now we just need to be careful about hitting South Dakota. Like, very careful about hitting South Dakota. She's a little bit lower than I'd like, so we need to make sure we're hitting Washington. So on the next loop, I think we'll have enough airstrikes to go for Washington here. All right, let's go. Hit the Washington. All right, that's pretty good. Now we just need to get South Dakota. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. They healed with that. How much was that? That was terrible. That was awful. All right, whatever. Messed it up. I was like literally a quarter of the bar. That was so annoying. We're gonna have to do this again. Well, that was a very frustrating time at 7 minutes and 43 seconds. I guess, you know, practice makes perfect. That was the first run. We actually got it done. And so now we can actually collect this. I don't know. That was frustrating. That's just not a time I want to end on. So we're going to have to run that again. I was so close to like cutting that time by a lot. All right, there we go. We actually got it on the first time there at time, and the clear time was 4 minutes and 44 seconds, so much faster when we missed it on the first time. I just had to go back and do that because it was like that was such a bad time. And yeah, anyway, that's a much better time. I'm much happier with that. So there we go. We did it. Sub 5 minutes on the hardest mode of the Extreme Challenge. Let me know down in the comments what your best record was for hard mode if you were able to complete it.